What's a food that you didn't like 5 years ago that you like right now?
Oh gosh, we were just talking about that.
Who?
Oh, caviar.
Oh.
So everybody think, oh, you eat caviar, you're a chef, you must enjoy caviar. Listen, man, I had caviar and it tastes like fish bait. Until I was at my buddy Mark Murphy, who's here, who's an amazing chef, one of my favorite chefs in the world. And I was at his house in New York. It's not really a house, it's more like a compound on Fifth Avenue. But anyhow, we're there, and I'm like, you know, all my chef buddies are having caviar, and I'm like, I'll do what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, wait. Why do I like this caviar and I didn't like the other? He goes, because you've been eating fish bait. And there really is a difference in caviar. Now, when you start to really appreciate caviar, you'll maybe not be as hardcore about it, but what he was serving that night was so fantastic. We were just having this conversation. I was laughing about it. Like, I'm 55 years old. Like, I've tried it all. I think I should know what my palate is. But that's what I tell kids all the time, or people all the time, about food. Don't get yourself painted into a corner and say, I don't like mushrooms. I don't like sushi. I don't like it. Huh? No.
I hate mushrooms.
I'm going to explain it to you this
Please.
way. And it usually goes back to having an experience at one time that you...
The texture just...
Right? But the thing is, I can make you mushrooms. I promise you. I can make you mushrooms. My wife doesn't like mushrooms. My kids used to not like mushrooms. You cut mushrooms and cook mushrooms the right way, they get such depth of flavor, such great texture.
What do I have to do?
You have to cook them to get that moisture out of them, so they're not so slimy and mushy. I'm with you on the slimy and mushy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was caviar.
Okay.
And now, Hunter and I were just killing. We were at Michael Mina's restaurant in Tiburon, California, and we were eating more caviar than we could pay for. We ended up doing dishes for hours.
Food that you struggled to cook early on in your career that's still like a struggle for you to this day.
Thai.
Why?
So I cook it well, but I don't cook it great. And it's like this, we're learning a whole different subset of not styles of cooking necessarily, but flavors of cooking. And there's a lot of ingredients that we don't use in Indian food. I'm better at Indian than I am Thai, but it's all this, you know, it's all the process. The world of cooking is, it's kind of like when you relieve yourself of the reality that you're never going to know it all, and you're going to be on this quest and on this journey forever. That's when you really can embrace it.
How long did it take you to get there? To have that train of thought where you just said?
Oh, you got to get a little bit older.
Right.
You got to kind of relieve yourself of that pressure that you're going to know it all.
If I ask 21-year-old Guy Fieri the same question, he probably thinks,
I'm going to get it all in the next 5 years.
Right.
Yeah, and then as soon as you get about 30, 35, you start to go, oh shit, I'm never going to know any of this. You know, I'm going to be a student my whole life. And when you're a student your whole life, that puts you on that awesome quest to be in the search of, you know, getting it. And that's what keeps you going. How was that? That was the deepest thing I've said all